Hello?
Hi, is this Jay?
Yeah.
Jay Dash Cooper from Co-op. How you doing, man?
Dash Cooper, how you doing, man? Nice to talk to you.
Great. You too, man.
So you pronounce it co-op?
Yes.
Okay. That was like the $1 million question, but the fact that you let in with that is cool. You know, I think we actually met one time. My day gig is CNN, and your dad and mom came in here, and you and your brother came in here in New York City.
That's right. I remember when he had the. I was trying to remember what that was for. Was it the vampires thing, or? It
was really just sort of. Well, your dad's friends with Ashley Banfield, and so she got him to come in. She knows Shep, and he was basically, I forget what he was doing, and then unfortunately we had some sort of breaking news, and it never made air, but he actually hanged me that day, if you remember. So. Oh
yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I remember he was wearing that big pirate jacket, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
yeah. And I got to tell you before we get into it is your father was my very first concert on the Welcome to My Nightmare tour when he met your mother. That was my very first band, was Alice Cooper. And to this day, I just saw your father's band, 3-4 weeks ago in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
In Inglewood. I'm going again in September, going to see the Vampires. So, I'm a real big fan. And when I got this email from Jody, I said, what, are you kidding me? Absolutely. I would love to talk to him. So we're pre-recording this, so, you don't have to worry about, messing anything up or anything like that, because, I'll edit stuff down. So,
sure.
So you're on the road right now, is that correct?
We are, yeah. I'm actually on our bus right now. We're headed to Joliet, Illinois for a show tonight with Flaw and The Crown.
Good for you. Now, you're on the road for, what, about a month here?
I think we're just under 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you put this band together back in 2014, is that correct?
Yeah, we actually, we started around 2012, just kind of messing around a little bit. Started to get a little more serious after a couple years. And I think our current lineup has only been together for about a year now. So everything's starting now with the EMP label group. We've just been getting out on the road, and we got signed by EMP label group with Dave Ellefson. So
yes,
they've been really, really good to us. And
congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. We're getting our album released here June 15th of this year, and just kind of getting out on tour to promote that and get things going, man.
And what is the name of the album going to be?
It's actually self-titled. It's just going to be called Co-op.
Okay. Much like your EP, correct?
Yeah, much like our EP, this one's it's going to be a little harder, a little dirtier, a little more classic, a little more heavy. It's going to be awesome. We're really excited.
Now, going back to your EP, your first self-titled EP, Co-op, you did that in 2016?
Yes.
All right. And I had read something that said the songs you really wanted to get across to people were Sleep and Desert Dreams.
Those were two of the songs, yeah, that were on the EP. Yeah. Those were kind of our what we wanted people to hear as far as how the band is structured, how we've got this kind of dirty, fuzzy classic, we call it desert hard rock.
Okay.
That's kind of our go-to for when people say, how do you describe your band? Because sometimes we look at each other and we're like, I don't know, how do we describe our band? We just kind of do things and make noises and
well, it's funny you say that, because as I was listening to the EP, and I'm going to get to the new single in a second, but, listening to the EP, also, Overdrive and Old Scratch, very rocking tunes, and I'm jotting all this stuff down, and I'm going, it's heavy, it's melodic, it's heavy metal, it's hard rock, there's good choruses, I hear grunge in there, it's heavy on guitars, your singing is fantastic on it, and it sounds very fresh. So I can see why you could look at each other and go, yeah, desert rock. But yeah, it's very hard. Now, the new album, you said it's going to be dirtier and say that again.
It's going to be a lot heavier. A lot heavier.
Now, the new single is called N.O.W.?
Yes.
And what does that stand for?
No One Walks.
No One Walks. Now, just hearing that single alone, I hear a progression from that EP.
Oh, yeah. We've really moved on from that. I mean, not moved on from those songs or anything, but really been kind of working as a band together just to kind of dial in our sound. And I really think, that first single really is like, the caption of how this is going to start moving forward is just that really heavy riff melodic rock.
It is, and it's my kind of music. I mean, that's what I'm into, heavy, hard rock, and I listened to it and I said, this is perfect. I've listened to it over and over and over again over the past few days, and that's what we can expect from the rest of the album.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, how did you put this current lineup together? Where did everybody come from?
Well, we originally had 5 people in the band, and as a lot of bands happen, as it happens, bands, we get a little turnover, we lose people and get new people, and recently we were running with 2 guitars, bass, drums, and vocals, and as of late, we actually had a guitar player get injured right before the tour.
Ooh.
And so what we had to do was kind of figure it out on the fly, and right now we are playing with 1 guitar player, a bass player, a drummer, and myself. So right now we're a 4-piece, and it's actually sounding really good. We've figured it out to where the guitar player is being run through 2 cabinets, and the bass player is actually splitting his signal between a bass cabinet and a guitar cabinet, and it really does fill out the sound. So it's
it sounds like you did figure it out, yeah.
Little science experiments here and there.
Yeah.
But we actually figured it out.
Yeah, smart thinking. Definitely smart thinking. And the songs are good. I've heard your dad say before, in interviews, yeah, that's great, but where's the song? There's got to be a song there. And that's what you have. You have songs. It's not just a bunch of jamming, or it's not, it's not this or it's not that. These are very well-structured songs, and that's another thing that I really like about it.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we strive to really write songs, that people are going to really dig, and, hopefully that will be memorable.
Yeah. Now, your dad being Alice Cooper obviously helps, but at the same time, I know you've said you don't want to rely on that. You don't want everybody to think, well, this is Alice Cooper's son, so of course, and I believe I read somewhere that you said the band has enough talent to make it on its own, which I agree with. Can you speculate on that a little bit more, the role that your dad may or may not play? It sounds so weird calling Alice Cooper your dad. It's so funny. But, talk to me a little bit about that, about, trying to separate the two, but at the same time, using your dad's experience for yourself.
Yeah, from a very young age, my dad was very instrumental in, raising me on rock and roll and listening to, great bands that, really started me out in singing like that. He raised me on listening to the Beatles and the Four Seasons and the Beach Boys, and all those amazing songwriters that everybody really writes off of these days. It's like, even if they're unaware of it, they probably took a riff from the Beatles or took a riff from the Beach Boys or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was very instrumental in letting me hear those things and encouraging me, to write your own stuff, And while he does stay out, and not really stay out of my writing, really, but he does offer, advice and stuff, saying, you should turn this up, or, you should try and do something here if you're looking to add something to the song. And I'm always appreciative of that. I'm always appreciative of his experience, listening to our songs and critiquing them, because, geez, what a career he's had. He knows what he's doing.
That he does. That he does.
But, he, as far as, using the name and stuff like that, I really can't control what other people are going to do. A lot of people market us as, Co-op featuring Dash Cooper, the son of Alice Cooper. That's just for them to sell tickets, and I understand that.
Sure.
But I'm not going to push for that. You know what I mean? I don't really feel like that's something that I need to do. I really feel like I said, the band does stand on its own, and I feel like people are going to be really surprised when they hear us.
I agree. The band does stand. I agree. The band totally stands on its own. There's no doubt about that. Now, the album is coming out June 15th, correct?
That's right.
And after the album comes out, what are your plans? Are you going to hit the road? What do you have lined up?
We are currently going to be in Phoenix, Arizona when the album hits, because obviously we're going to want to do a hometown show and get all of our fans out there and just have all the people support us, you know. But I'm pretty darn sure that we're going to be doing a follow-up summer tour, probably in the Midwest or the East Coast. And I'll be back in July, actually, because I have my third son being born.
Well, congratulations. The
Yeah.
Cooper family just keeps going.
Indeed. Yeah, I already have twin boys. They're 3 years old.
Oh,
so,
that's great.
Yeah, I'm going to have a third boy.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're really excited about it.
So is this something that you want to do for the long haul? You really want to make a music career for yourself?
It is. It really is. It's something that, you know, I really enjoy it, you know, and I think that's the most important thing out of everything is if you don't really love what you're doing, get out.
Right.
You know?
Sure, and, because it's hard work. Go ahead.
It's super hard work. And I mean, to be on the road and away from family is just super, super tough. And, you know, always trying to be creative and coming up with new things is super tough, but I think, you know, I really like that challenge, and I really think that we'll rise to that occasion.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, it is not easy, and you're out there doing it. I mean, you know, I'm looking at your dates here, May 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, before you get a couple of days off. Then it's the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. Then you get one day off, April 9th. I mean, it's crazy. So you're out there doing
got us moving.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do nowadays, you know, bringing it to the people.
Absolutely.
Now, any plans? I know that in the past, now I know your dad doesn't use an opening act in most cases because he doesn't need to. But I know there's been times you have opened for him. Any chance you'll be doing something like that, or maybe opening for the Vampires, or doing any festivals, things along those lines?
Yeah, you know, we're always open to doing that because we are, you know, always able and willing to travel wherever they are. So if they ever need support, we are always ready to do that. But I mean, we've had some really blessed opportunities. We are able to open up for, you know, Motley Crue and Alice on their final tour, which was great. We were actually able to open up for the Vampires back at NAMM 2 years ago, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we would absolutely love to go on one of their tour dates or a couple of their tour dates and get out there and jam for the crowd. We would really love that.
Yeah, and that would be a good fit. You would totally be a good fit for the Vampires. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool fit. I mean, they've got just such a great sound and, you know, just classy people and classy rock and roll. It's awesome.
Yeah, that they do. I've seen them, you know, a couple of times because obviously, you know, that's an on-again, off-again project. I'm actually going to see them in Pennsylvania. It's the closest place they're playing here, so I'm going to be going out there to see that. But yeah, that would be, excuse me, that would be a real good fit. Now, the state of the music business, as we all know, is not the best thing out there. How do you go about getting people to hear your band and getting played on whatever radio there is, and not just in America, but what about in Europe and South America? Are you trying to hit those markets to be heard?
We're definitely trying, and EMP Label Group has been really great about getting our music out there. You know, they've been really pushing for us. And, you know, as far as getting people to hear, it's all about touring. I mean, that's really all we can do in this day and age. You know, you just get out there and you play your music for as many people that will listen and as often as possible.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, because you know what? That's old school anyway. I mean, that's how bands did it back in the day. They were out there, 5-6 nights a week on the road all the time.
That's it. I mean, that's where it comes in. That's the make or break. It's if you love it, you'll do that, and you'll do it happily, and you'll do it every night.
Yeah. Okay, so the band is Co-op. Tell people where they can find more information about you.
You can find us all over Facebook. We're at Coop Band on Facebook. You can find us at Instagram. I think we're Co-op Band on Instagram, and then same thing at Twitter. And we're actually rebuilding our website right now for our fans. Everything's going to be really great. We're going to have a new store set up for our merchandise and everything, and it's going to be an awesome website.
Good, because I want to buy one of those T-shirts.
Oh, man, yeah, absolutely.
Those are cool T-shirts. I read that story.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, they're very cool. And, one of the things I read was, about Johnny Depp wearing one, so I immediately was like, okay, where do I get one of these? And I was like, they're still working on their website. I'm going to have to wait. So I certainly hope you make it to the East Coast and to the New York area. That would be
I hope
fantastic.
so, too. We would love to be there.
Yeah, you would be well received here. Well, and I agree. Nobody even needs to know that Alice Cooper is your father to prove what a good band you have here. And, I'm not just saying that. I listened to this, I listened to your EP, and I listened to N.O.W., Nobody Walks, and, wait, did I say that right?
Yeah, no one walks, nobody walks.
No One Walks, and I'm like, it's a tough song. I can hear that the band has matured with that single and progressed with that single, and I know that this album is going to be good. June 15th, I can't wait to get my hands on it and hear it, and I would love to see the band when you guys get to this area.
Oh, man, we would be so happy to see you there, Jay, man. That would be awesome.
Okay, and you know what? When you guys do hit the area, I would totally love to get you back on the show again.
We would definitely.
Yeah, because, Dash, what I do with this is I put it on my show. Then what we do is we also put the interviews on our website where they live forever. We put them on Mixcloud where they live forever. We put them on YouTube where they live forever. So, they're constantly out there because, if I'm going to do this, it's the same thing. I'm going to work it. I'm not just going to throw it out there once and then that's it. So, we try to give it as much life and a nice long life as possible. So, as things progress and people say, well, what's this Co-op band? And they start poking around, they find it.
No, it's killer, man. Thank you. That's a really great way to do it.
Well, thank you, Dash, for taking the time. I really do appreciate it. I am glad that you are keeping the family business going, so to speak.
Oh, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And you're a great guy to talk to, great vocals, and congratulations on the new baby coming up. That's phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
And I don't want to hold you up any longer because I know you're doing, a lot of press, and I know you got a gig tonight, so I want you to save your voice.
Thank you so much.
Dash, thanks again, man, and I'm going to hang on to your number, and if that's cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, and, I'll be following the band, and we'll be sharing all your stuff. We're already sharing your Facebook stuff, sharing your Twitter stuff. We're following everything that you're doing. Also, your promotional video, we've been sharing that, the one that's on YouTube. So, yeah, no, we'll be pumping you for sure. Definitely for sure.
All right, sounds good, my friend.
All right, Dash, Coop, everyone from the band Co-op. The new album comes out June 15th. Get this album. Dash, thank you again, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, talk soon, man.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Bye.